The deal that everybody's been waiting on to go down has officially now happened. Kevin Durant is on his way to the Rockets. We're going to talk about it, the deal, and what it means and more right after this.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
What's going on, basketball fans? Welcome to another episode of NBA Central, your number one spot for everything basketball related. We got Steve-O in the building, myself, Haize, in the building today. Steve-O, Kevin Durant has been traded to the Houston Rockets for Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, the number 10 pick in the 2025 draft, and 5 second-round picks. How do you feel about this deal? This is not as big as what some people were expecting the Suns to be able to get for Kevin Durant, but I do think that this is a fair deal. How you feeling, Steve-O?
That's a lot of picks for a dude that's 37 years
5
old.
seconds though? I give up 5 seconds for a 36-year-old player.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I feel like Houston won this trade easily.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the trade on the Suns part. I don't.
Okay, that's fair.
Not getting what's the boy name? There's the KD like dude, the rookie, the young dude. What's his name?
Amen Thompson? No, who you talking about? On what team?
Out of Auburn.
Shepherd.
Oh,
No.
Lee Shepherd.
No,
bro. If you don't know the name, don't just move on with the point because I don't know who you're talking about.
That motherfucker is an important point because if they didn't get him, I felt like the deal was dead. Like I wouldn't have made the deal. Like the whole point of it wasn't to get another shooting guard. You got another shooting guard. Dillon Brooks Booker is still Devin Booker is still there. You still got other guards on that rotation as well. So and then you're giving up a bevy of picks that you can still use. Your money's still weird, so you shouldn't be trying to give up many people. Like I said, Houston won this trade. They got everything they needed. They didn't give up nobody that will really hurt them. Get Jalen Green. Everybody kind of feels how I feel about Jalen Green. I think.
Oh, you're talking about Jabari Smith.
Smith, yes.
Yeah, but the way I look at it is I get you. And I do think initially we heard that Jabari was the thing that they were more so looking for in this move. But, like, you got the number 10 pick. You can get Kaman Malawak. You can get a center in this draft. You can get you a big in this draft with number 10. So I think, of course, once they draft a number 10, we'll have a better look at, like, how everything's going to fit together. But I would expect that center is probably their focus at number 10.
And I was about to say that was my next point. My only thing I did like about the trade, they did walk away with their pick. That's probably one of the most important things. So like that's kind of like I said, like you just said, kind of canceled out with Jabari. But I still would have been like, I'm getting Jabari or no deal. But that's neither here or there. But now let's talk about KD.
Yeah.
If your ass don't win, even if you do win, it still don't look good. This 5 teams, partner. This your 5th team. This the 5th squad you'd have been on. If you don't win, you're going to look terrible. If you do win, it's still going to look terrible. But if you might as well go out and get all the accolades that you could possibly get because that's the only thing that you got at to this point till you retire. So go and get it. Try to get you another ring because that's what you're doing. But, hey, that'll look good for you.
Yeah, that's what every player in the NBA should be doing. KD finds himself in a very good, advantageous spot. A great young team, top talent in Sengun. A guy in Thompson is poised to make a leap this upcoming season. Great bench depth in Eason and others. He's in a great spot for competing for a championship next season. I think that's a lot to give up for KD, but hey, if you want to win now, you go ahead and make the move now. I think 5 seconds is still a lot. You're still giving up the pick in this year, and you giving up. Dillon Brooks is just.
He was important to the identity and toughness of that team for sure.
Yes,
yeah,
bro. Like,
yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Who's gonna be that guy now? Now you
it could still be Jabari Smith.
Could it be Jabari?
They didn't give up Jabari.
The toughness part, I don't know about that, but
I mean, I'm very high on
production,
Jabari. Production, okay, I get what you're saying. Production, but not the
yeah.
toughness. I can get what you're saying on
Yeah,
that.
that's what I was saying. Like the production, the fact that's the thing. That's the steal of all this. The fact that you was able to keep Jabari and KD on the same team.
Because you're gonna need that. And I think the thing that's about this too is that you still have Tari Eason. That could be a guy that like you still got Tari Eason, Jabari Smith still on your team. You still got Reed Shepard on your team as well. And this puts Amen Thompson in the spot where, all right, Amen, your offense can come naturally now. We don't have to you can grow your offense naturally. We don't have to rely on you to be this isolation scorer that we needed you to be at times. Play off KD, let it come with time. Because I do think this creates a really nice transition of now Amen Thompson. Because I don't think they're gonna. KD did want a contract extension. If they give him one, I don't think it's gonna be longer than 1 or 2 years. But now this gives you, hey, Amen, we can still compete now. We can contend now. But at the end of this 2 years, you need to be that nigga.
Facts. That's why I like the move. I like the move overall. Me personally, I don't think giving up 5 seconds is. I don't look at it as a big thing for me personally. I was just like on the same page with all you guys, looking at Atari Eason, looking at Jabari Smith, because we heard some reports that the Houston Rockets, they said this is an offer. We ain't moving. You ain't getting our young pieces, and I've been saying it for a while. I believe that. Everybody knows that Kevin Durant wanted out of Phoenix, and Phoenix right now, they're scrambling to pile up the assets right now. They didn't have much leverage in this discussion, at least in my eyes. So to get off Jalen Green, a guy that pretty much shrunk in the playoffs and only had one good game in the playoffs, and Dylan Brooks, hey, I think it's a win. You could, hey, that 10th pick, Kevin Durant better than that 10th pick at least for this year and probably the next 2. You'll be good to go try to push for a championship. And it's definitely a good move for the Houston Rockets. They definitely gonna be competing this season for that Western Conference for sure.
What's the particulars of the trade? I just saw the text and ran upstairs and jumped
Dylan
on.
Brooks, 5 second-round picks, and Jalen Green.
What about the 10th pick that I just heard?
The 10th pick. Yeah,
that's crazy. I mean, they didn't give up much. I mean, again, Jalen Green's a good player, but he's not that, in my opinion. So trading a Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks for KD and keeping your young core, these guys are going to be nice in the Western Conference.
If you Phoenix, are you trading Jalen?
That's what I was going to next. Like, hey, because you still got Brad Beal. He got a no trade clause, and we probably know he don't want to go nowhere. What you finna try to flip Jalen Green?
You got to.
I mean, as much as it's been talked, they already said that they didn't want Jalen Green. They had already been exploring a team to take Jalen Green too. I would not be surprised if Jalen Green's name is moved between now and the 3 days we got between the draft. I would not be surprised at all. And they try to get another draft pick in this as well. I would not be surprised if they try to flip him immediately.
That's the only way this trade makes sense on their side.
I would also go the route that they need to sell tickets, and Jalen Green can sell some tickets in Phoenix now. They don't have.
They don't have any problem as long as they still got Booker there. They're not gonna have no problem selling tickets.
Nobody worry about no damn Jalen Green.
They're not gonna have no problem selling tickets.
You know what's good about this trade for KD is Amen Thompson, bro. Like, he hasn't had a player that complements him. I think when you look at Russell Westbrook, it was like I go, you go. When you look at Brooklyn, I go, you go. When you look at the Golden State Warriors, it's I go, Steph go, Clay go. This is man is a natural passer. He's a great passer.
He does everything well. The one thing that he's learning to do is to score consistently. Amen does everything else on the basketball court well.
And that is the point. Is scoring consistently. Now he can find KD, the ultimate scorer in KD, bro.
I don't know, but he's the ultimate scorer anymore. But I get what you're saying.
Scorer. When you talk about offense in the NBA, you think about KD.
Not anymore.
I might still give him that. If you can still get to that midi, that's ultimate score.
KD still averaged what, 25?
26, I think, last year.
Last year.
That's
90 again.
And the problem with the Houston Rockets against the Warriors was that they had nobody that could score outside of whatever play they were running. Now they have somebody in KD that you can give the ball to and say, all right, go do your thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they gonna be so dangerous.
And then you gotta watch out.
You kept Şengün, you kept Jabari, you got Tari Eason still, and you just re-up Steven Adams, so there goes your toughness right there. We were talking about, you lose Dylan Brooks.
They basically what Phoenix thought they were going to be when they got KD.
That's
Yeah.
That core right
That-
there
That fit,
is
though.
solid.
Yeah.
That's solid.
That's the only thing I'm worried about is Dylan Brooks. Like that's a lot of their identity of Houston. They're gonna have to find and replace that. I think
I
it
mean,
is.
it ain't
You
that
can
hard
make
to
that
kind of
base.
go
I
on.
think that's a lot of their.
What do you guys
No,
think
it's
about
not.
this comment from here? He says everybody twerking. I think you mean tweaking. KD couldn't win with Kyrie, Booker, Harden, Russ, Bill. Yeah, but the Kyrie thing, they weren't healthy at the same time ever. And the difference between that is that he joined a team in the Suns that he was expected to be a huge key into just making them good. He's joining a team now that already had one of the best records in the Western Conference, that all they needed was a scorer. Like, the Suns were trying to find their path when they got him. The Brooklyn Nets, KD was part of the reason he put that Brooklyn Nets team together. That he doesn't have that same power now here. He's joining with a young team that already has a solid young core. They're capable, man.
And we're not going to ignore
the
Ime Udoka factor in all of this.
That's true too.
Like let's stop
Better
acting
coaching.
like the coaching was great in all those other situations that KD went to.
Yeah.
He couldn't win with Russ. That wasn't necessarily because of KD. That was a situation where they naturally bumped heads. Russ couldn't score at the rate that KD was scoring at in terms of shooting the three. He got tired of being the only person that could hit threes out of his own mouth. He went to Golden State. Everybody could hit threes. He won championships. He was a toe away from going to the finals, the Eastern Conference Finals, I believe, in that Milwaukee series. So come on now, let's stop acting like KD has been a bust everywhere that he's gone, and that he didn't put his best foot forward, even though his best foot forward was like an inch too close.
And Henry, it don't look. Hey, if you go sit there and talk that shit, you got to bring context into it. And I'm not even the biggest KD fan. Like, keep call a spade a spade. We already know that there was issues with the coach in Brooklyn. There was issues with Kyrie. Didn't want to get the damn vax and didn't want to. He dealt with his injuries. James Harden dealt with his injuries. The same damn playoff series that KD hit the damn three with his big ass foot on the line, and then he goes to Phoenix. You had injuries over there. You had a damn impulsive ass owner. You got rid of Chris Paul. I'm not really mad at that, but you trade for Brad Beal. That doesn't make sense in any basketball conversations who have Brad Beal, Devin Booker, and then KD. And then the coaches still failed to do things correctly. Y'all still trying to do all this other stuff to where there was not even a lot of player movement for some of those guys to get into their actions and get into their shots. So you just talking at this point, bro. Talk basketball with the context that surrounded it. You ain't got to be the biggest KD fan to still know that this guy can still hoop, bro.
And I was just about to say, y'all know how I feel about KD, but I sat there and told y'all every destination he was gonna go, and it had nothing to do with the coach, nothing of that. Basketball wise, it didn't fit.
Yep.
You go to Brooklyn, you got 3 ball dominant players.
Yep.
Not going to work.
Nope.
And that was before James Harden became Clippers James Harden, before he started passing more. You go to Phoenix. I really told y'all that shit wasn't gonna work.
We all said that.
I'm like, it don't fit.
Henry tweaking. You just don't like KD. Just say that you
don't like KD. But at the end of the day, if you can't sit here and say and look at the current construction of the Houston team, you have not only still got Fred VanVleet. They need to bring that up. You got a selfless player in Amen who's not looking to score at all times. You got Tyree Eason off ball. You got Jabari off ball. And then the only person that's on ball besides KD will be Sengun.
Yeah. Just stop it with that he's a bum. That's ridiculous.
27. Come on, bro. I don't like
ridiculous, if there's anything people can say about KD right now is his health.
He's
if he
soft.
can stay healthy,
you can say he's
you
soft,
can say that
not
he's
a leader,
injury prone at this point in his career, anything like that. But to say that he's a bum and that he's not a winner and all of that, that's stupid, bro. That's dumb.
Yeah, I get you. I got you with the leadership and all that shit.
Leave the peanut gallery alone. It is what it is. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, and at the end of the day, too, like they're just gonna have to prove it. Like they're gonna have to prove it on the basketball court, right? Like now you're going to this team that's young that won 50-something games last year, couldn't get past the first round, and now Ime Udoka for the last 2 years has been wanting a star here. It was the ownership that more so wanted to hold on to all the young players, but Ime said he wanted to star here, and now he got one. Now we got to see what's going to happen and what's going to go forward with that. That's it.
It's a great basketball move. KD is the ultimate plug and play player. He's going to get to his spots. He's going to be able to still score late in games. He's still going to go on heaters where he scored 12, 13 straight points. Like he's not necessarily unguardable, but it's still damn near close to unguardable, man. Like
And
he
we
can
not
go left.
bringing up.
Go ahead.
My bad. I was gonna say, and we not bringing up the defensive factor too. He gonna be able to help Şengün out on that defensive side, and then you still got big man Steven Adams, the Aquaman, coming in off the bench as well. My man's is gonna be able to help in that department too. And you already got Thompson. We gonna rave about that kid for years and years to come, simply because I believe he's just that damn good.
Thompson is that damn good, bro. It's just the offense. Go ahead, Kev.
KD is underrated defensively, bro.
Facts.
Like very
He
underrated.
almost
defensively.
won.
I think that he was underrated defensively for a long time. I do think he's starting to slide defensively, but I still think that now on this squad, he's going to be motivated because he's not going to have to do all of the heavy lifting. They already want to feel like he's going to be able to do what he does naturally. Maybe that can get him to engage back on the defensive side of the ball. So,
what up, Goon?
The question is does this Houston team fit the formula of the new NBA, i.e. OKC and the Indiana Pacers?
Yes.
And I'm gonna say yes preliminarily, without even seeing the play on the ball. Let's see how
defense.
Let's see how they play. Is they gonna get different aspects of game from each player on the court? Like you got to be dangerous. Each and every player on the court has to be dangerous, and I think they do. They got KD, Jabari Smith, Thompson, Şengün. And then I forgot he a champion from Toronto. Fred VanVleet. They all dangerous. And then you got coming off the bench, Tari Easton, Reed Shepherd. He's going to be better than he was. Not Reed Shepherd.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's Reed Shepherd.
Reed Shepherd. He's going to be better than he was last season. Everybody was excited.
Well, he couldn't find his way onto the court. He's a lottery pick.
He's very talented.
I'm saying that the taking away the Dylan Brooks and the Green presents opportunities for Reed Shepherd to see the floor because he couldn't see the floor last season.
And that's why your ass the peanut gallery, because your ass just not being reasonable. Continue. I'm not finna say no more.
Yeah, nobody said he can't do no wrong. That's just at this point you just looking for something to say rather than having something to actually say. I just sat
here told you KD got a lot to prove. He still got a lot to prove.
Listen, but like I said, you can't argue with nobody who calls himself a king. You know his woman pays all the bills, bro. You can't worry about that.
King with an X at that.
Like you know he going 50-50. You know he going 50-50, bro. Like you can't argue with people like that. Lastly, man, I know that we got a lot to get through. We still got the draft. Free agency hasn't started, but where it stands right now, do you think that this guy makes him a legit contender in the Western Conference? Where things stand right now, are they a championship contender in the Western Conference?
Absolutely. When you look at the things you need defense. You need a guy that can finish the game for you. And you need a nice big, I think, in today's game. And Şengün is that nice big. They got all the flavors to be in competition for the NBA championship. All of them.
This is a great question. I didn't even think about this.
That's
we
great.
Didn't even talk about Cam Whitmore.
You couldn't get him.
He stays.
You couldn't get a scoring wing.
You know
That's
what?
Crazy.
You know what just happened. You know what happened. The GM of Phoenix text AK what he should do, and AK told him.
No, I told y'all. I've been saying this on this show for weeks, right? Once Miami got in there as one of the final teams, you're like Miami don't have great picks. They don't have great players to offer. Everybody's going to lower their offer once Miami and that was reportedly KD's one of his favorite places to go. I'm not offering you nothing crazy if Miami's on the board.
Now, that's crazy that Cam Whitmore is still out there.
I didn't even think about that part of it.
As far as them being championship contenders, absolutely. Like that's without a question. Because if you look at OKC, Minnesota, Denver is still in the conversation. You got to put Houston up in there as well as one of the top 4 contenders in the Western Conference for championship contention. Like you can't ignore that.
Yep.
Can I go crazy? I don't want to go crazy. Go ahead.
You always go crazy.
You've been crazy. Go crazy. You live in crazy. What you mean? Go crazy.
Hey,
so then, fuck it. Since I'm living in it.
He finished it. Y'all got the man for the jump.
First of all, he just said last year that KD could win MVP. So you know he about to say something crazy.
Hey,
go ahead, bro.
OKC. I'm going. I gotta go Houston.
You got Houston you got them as the best team in the Western Conference as it stands right now.
I'm not gonna get started with this nigga.
I'm going with Houston.
So you got them ahead of the Clippers too. That's big because you put them ahead of Kawhi. That's big for you. But I know KD. You a bigger fan of KD than Kawhi.
Absolutely.
Listen, that's C-Dub's wet dream. If Kawhi and KD were on the same team, bro. Hey, bro, we barely get C-Dub. We barely get C-Dub to show up for NBA Central. That nigga's gonna be there every day. And can we talk about? We got a KD Kawhi topic. Can we talk about him? See them win?
Episode's gonna be called "Fucked Up Knees and Fucked Up Hairline."
I just acknowledge greatness. That's it. I just acknowledge greatness.
All right, fellas. What about y'all before we get out of here? Y'all got where y'all got Houston? You think they can win the West this year?
I think they top 4 and rising now.
Okay.
I think they got a shot for real.
Top 5
in the West. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Top
see
5
what
team in
y'all
the West.
saying.
Yeah.
The truth
KD
is out.
You got stuff to prove. I don't care
The
what y'all
truth is out. That's why he been saying all this. He mad.
Yeah, just say that.
Just we can respect that. Listen, Henry, we're all Bulls fans. You think we ain't been mad at trades, bro?
We ain't won a trade in 10 years.
We feel you, bro. Now, see, that's respect. You just gotta admit what you pissed off about. We got you.
Why you ain't say that the first time?
Exactly.
You got roasted for no reason, bro.
Why you think LeBron a op like that in Chicago?
You feel me, bro?
Shit.
Just roasted
It's
for no
the same
reason.
Oh man. Did everybody say if they? I can't even. I know Bobby did.
Yeah, Steve-O did.
You didn't though.
Okay, so I'm definitely not putting them above OKC. Kawhi gave a healthy season last year. The Clippers, I think, are going to be able to be right there. I think Minnesota's going to be there too. I'd say I probably still got them top 3 in the Western Conference, though.
Top 3 in the rest.
Top 3
See,
in the Western
I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'll be talking
that's
about.
That's right now, though.
The first time we all
right.
agree with
There's
you,
a lot of changes to be had, though.
Right now, though.
There's a lot of changes to be mad, bro.
You know, the Lakers still looking for a big man. You know, Golden State still going to be Golden State. Not saying that they're going to be top 5 and 4, but they still.
To make.
I'm just saying that it's a lot of moves to be made, especially on some of these veteran teams that can push some of these younger teams out the way. That's all I'm saying.
Can I hypothetical, please? One hypothetical question before we go. Just one.
That's it.
Let's just say that OKC Thunder lose this final. They get to the Western Conference Finals against the Houston Rockets. Who y'all got in that hypothetical?
What's the hypothetical?
He just told you.
I missed it. I missed it.
Listen. I know sometimes Dub do talk in circles, but he did just lay it out. I gotta give my boy Dub some support there. That was the most straightforward Dub has ever been, bro.
It's not that he wasn't. I was reading the comments and I missed the hypothetical.
That's Shut your ears off when you read, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what happens. But what happened?
Okay. The OKC Thunder lose this finals this year. Mm-hmm. Next year, it's OKC in Houston. Who you got?
Still taking OKC.
I think it matters. I think whoever got home court advantage wins that series.
Here's the thing.
I like that.
I'm still taking OKC, and here's why. I'm telling you this, Dub, because OKC still got 2 first-round picks, and they can make any trade they want to this offseason.
And if they lose
the finals this year, best believe they are making a big-ass trade. All them 15 picks they got stored up, they coming up off 3 or 4 of them. They
still got a lottery pick that didn't play this year because he was injured.
We gonna wake up, them motherfuckers with Milwaukee gonna have 10 first-round picks,
bro.
How many? What's the max? 6, 7? What's the max?
Funny as hell. He said, "What? KD? I'm calling Giannis." What the
bro? Hey, listen.
What?
It's gonna be something that nobody expects too, bro. It's gonna be like, hey, how the hell they get Wemby? Like, it's gonna be some crazy shit, bro. Like,
Wemby and Chet on the same team.
Sorcery right now, bro.
No, but all jokes aside, I do think if the Thunder lose tonight in Game 7. Fuck them picks. They getting them a star in there, bro. Watch what I'm telling you. Or they're gonna trade up and get Ace Bailey.
Oh,
you gonna get a star?
That's another cold route they could go. Like, would
that
put them over in a finals, like in a Western Conference Finals? That young kid like that.
I think so because they can literally just be like defense. Focus on your and keep in mind Ace Bailey. I don't think enough people talk about his defense. Ace Bailey is going to be able to come in the league, I think, and guard 3 or 4 positions right away.
You know what that made me think about, Haize? And I know this is like 20 plus years ago now at this point. The Detroit Pistons, when they had the chance to grab Melo, and they didn't.
Because of Tayshaun fucking Prince, bro.
I mean,
because they literally said we didn't want it to get in the way of the development of Tayshaun Prince. And not to say that Tayshaun was a bad player at all. He was not. I like Tayshaun. But you literally looked at Tayshaun and said, "You know what, Melo, we good, nigga." What?
That was
At
crazy.
that time?
And the crazy part is
Melo?
the Detroit Pistons went to I believe 6 straight Eastern Conference Finals during that stretch.
5
Yeah.
or 6, yeah.
So can you imagine Melo? Oh, man. So yeah, if OKC got a chance to move up and get Ace Bailey, they definitely should do it.
I'm telling you, if they lose tonight, and maybe even if they don't lose, because they only got a certain amount of roster picks.
Draymond Green in the parking lot on my way out.
You're going to get a pissed off SGA and Giannis in them. You're going to be...
That ain't fair, bro. We need Stern, bro, to veto that motherfucker.
First of all, if Stern come back, nigga, we got bigger things to worry about because we in the living dead, nigga.
I'm
what are you
wait a
talking
second,
about?
bro. We went from a nuclear
rapture.
They cannot let that trade or whatever they acquire that motherfucker. They can't let them do it, bro. That is not fair.
Veto.
Nobody would beat them. Nobody.
If Giannis joins De'Aaron Fox and Wemby in San Antonio, that'd be good.
I think that's nice.
That's not fair either. Nobody will beat them either.
Somebody gonna beat them. Everybody can't be unbeatable. Somebody gonna beat them.
I mean, they thought the Warriors were unbeatable when they traded KD.
Dude, Wemby and Giannis.
Injuries hurt that team though.
Crazy.
That's bro. Somebody do the math on that wingspan,
bro.
Ain't nobody going to the rim.
That's a 747.
Just by touching, bro. Them two motherfuckers just going like this is covering the whole court, bro. You're not getting nowhere.
That's illegal, bro.
Them niggas, we are the world.
But them niggas, you gonna see somebody go down the hole and he just gonna change his mind. Fuck it.
That is
you feel me, bro?
Bro. Chet need to worry about. He need to worry about showing the fuck up today, though. But that's the story for another day. Any last thoughts, fellas, before we get up out of here?
This is dope, baby. We said it last week. Last Sunday, we said it that it's going to be a lot of big moves before the draft and in this offseason. And it's happening. It's already happening at a better rate than we could have hoped for. I'm excited.
Thanks.
One day the Bulls will have a conversation like this. Oh my
God, bro.
You see how that is sound right?
It don't sound right at all, bro.
What a time to be alive. The NBA thrives. Houston in 5.
Stupid, bro.
C-Dub is about to be annoying as fuck this year.
Oh my God, bro.
I do hope that the Clippers and the Houston Rockets face off against each other next year in the playoffs because I just gotta watch Dub. Dub is gonna be so conflicted, bro.
Bayless.
Especially when it's the Clippers and Houston playing each other, it's gonna be crazy.
But all right, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, you can follow us at NBA Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, NBA Central Show at gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, 773-270-2799. We're the #1 spot for everything basketball related. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace, y'all.
See y'all tonight, live, Game 7, baby.
This has been a presentation of the